Hello, hello.
I feel like that's really loud in my ear.
I fade it down. Like, see, it's like my DJ skills.
You have terrible DJ skills.
I
Fade it down.
I'm a good DJer.
All right. Hello, everyone. How are you?
Well, Danna is
in a
very
bad mood.
Why
right
are
now.
you in a bad mood?
Because I feel that you attacked me.
Oh my goodness. We were just discussing how people are watching us on YouTube, and I simply made one suggestion.
Tell them what the suggestion was.
I said you might want to put on a different bra
So the shirt that I'm wearing.
and a low cut shirt so our viewership goes
I
up.
should apparently put on a lower cut shirt, but so the shirt that I'm wearing has like print across the chest, and
It says "Do good,"
it's a Cotopaxi thing.
which I love. Cotopaxi. I'm wearing my Cotopaxi vest.
We'll talk about that in a moment.
Sure.
But so anyways, when you wear something that has something across your chest, obviously it attracts to your chest. So like I'm looking and I'm like, oh, my boobs look like they need to be like up. Lifted. So I like jokingly lifted my boobs and
And they went way high.
You do need them lifted.
I just suggested. No, I did not say that. I said you
she
needed to put
literally
on a
told me to
different
go put
bra
on a
with
different
more
bra.
support.
So I did. Now in her defense, I was wearing a very
Later, she tells me this.
yeah.
After
like,
I
"What
offended
bra
her,
were you
I'm a
wearing?"
horrible friend.
She's like, what bra were you wearing? I'm like, well, actually, I bought a 2-pack at Costco of these chintzy cheap ones, but they're really...
Which is so fine if they're comfy.
They're so comfy to throw on with like a t-shirt and bum around.
You
in.
brought it to my attention.
We
And
came
I
home from
simply
work.
pointed out.
I came home from work. I took a shower. I
haven't
threw
done any of
that
those
on.
things.
Right, so I'm winning. I threw that on. They came over for dinner. Typical Tuesday evening here. And
I cooked the dinner.
Kristen cooked the dinner. I made garlic bread.
It was really good.
See, I'm not useless. And now she's ridiculing my boobs. Oh, and another thing, she also said, I want it to be very known that mine are a different size than hers. And we'll just say that. She said I wouldn't want yours. That's what she told me today.
No.
Well, I wouldn't want yours. Like,
Listen,
who says that
I
to
remember
someone?
when I was pregnant, I actually had a chest. And how inconvenient it was.
It's incredibly inconvenient. She
when
also,
I nursed, they wouldn't go away.
well, like she just said to me just now, like, oh, well, what were you not wearing a bra before? And I was like, are you out of your mind? Someone with my size cannot not wear a bra. And I'm not even like ridiculously huge. Like I just have normal. Like I could never not wear a bra. I mean, when I go to sleep at night. But do you know that even when we go...
We could name this podcast Danna's Double D's.
If you name them that, I'll be so mad. But in all seriousness, like even when we go on vacation, like when we go on our ski trips, do you know that I put a bra on before I even walk downstairs in the morning?
Oh my goodness. I never wear a bra. Like I could literally go on it all day and not have any problems.
That's not a feasible opportunity for me. Like there's physically no way for me to do that. I literally roll out of bed.
I mean, it would not be decent for me to do that because things show through t-shirts.
She said, why don't you wear a sweatshirt over it? You'd still see. You can still just
well, then they'd
tell.
be real droopy.
Yeah. So it would be, shut up.
What about that fingernail polish? I feel like you should take the fingernail polish off
take
too.
It off. All right. What? She's being so mean to me. So the reason that I have fingernail polish that looks like this and she has fingernail polish that looks like that is because someone actually works in the market and someone else goes and gets their nails done. So that's why. I'm just the employee, so she could go. So the owner could go get her nails done, and then
This
has the
sounds
nerve.
really bad.
It sounds awful, and then has the nerve to ridicule my nails. She doesn't pay me enough to get my nails done.
Well, I've just noticed you always have your nails looking good.
I do, and you know what? It's kind of funny. Look at this one. Broke today, like really far back,
that looks
actually.
ouchy.
It's an ouchie. And I polished my nails last week, and then...
Listen, I get my nails done to support my friend's business.
And that's wonderful. You're a better friend than me. But I truly never get my
I might
nails
get fired
done.
as a customer.
Well, I don't
but-
get my nails done because I work in the market all day, so they would truly get ruined. So I polished my own, and if you
Mine
can see
do look
this,
really good.
it's
They're really
horrendous.
short. If you're watching a video, Sarah does a great job.
She does.
Sarah Phillips.
She does great, and I do need to I will take this off tonight. But
Listen, I don't have time to get my nails done. I mean, you can see my nails are really in rough shape. I'm guaranteeing you I'm her worst customer for lots of reasons. But she does a good job. She makes them look good.
You're always late.
I'm always late. and I cancel.
That's something else I wanted to say about
But
being late.
before we forget,
One other thing that
we were walking out of the market today.
That's what it was.
I started uncontrollably laughing.
Oh, that's not even what I was going to say.
I had my hands full of way too many things. And I'm like, no, I got it.
I offered to hold the door for her.
I got it. Well, she did hold the door. But then I started laughing. And when I laughed, like everything in my pile in my hands just slowly started falling on the ground.
Don't worry. I picked it up.
She did. She was so good to me.
Just a little worker girl picked it up.
My papers were going everywhere.
The hired help picked it up.
Now the feathers are going everywhere because I ruined the vest she gave me.
Well, wait. Before we get to that, the other thing I wanted to say that she said today is she's telling me how she like, oh, I want to watch what I'm eating and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Kristin, you have like the best body. Like you have a flat tummy, yada, yada, yada. She's like.
She's so good to me.
Shut up. She's like, oh, but you have great legs. This is what she tells me.
You do have good legs.
You have good legs. Mm-hmm. So like my legs, she told me your legs, my stomach, and your boobs would be like the best person. Oh, wait, never mind. I don't want your boobs. I'm like, well, I don't want them either. But here we are.
Well, everybody would think that it was the best with your boobs.
No, I did not.
You have really good legs.
I did not breastfeed, so that's the only reason that they're still like okay.
Perky.
Yeah, a little bit. But my legs
well,
are
and they're even better when you wear an appropriate bra. That was your fault, not your boobs' fault.
I don't wear like low cut stuff either, so I don't like to show stuff. But my legs are good because they're long. That's the only reason. Like I have a very short torso and long.
I have a very long torso.
Which you can tell by the way that we're sitting. Like
so,
which makes me
the
laugh
two of
all
us
the time.
together, if we used our extremities, like your legs,
we would be like Gumbo.
We would be
Gumby,
6 feet tall.
Not Gumbo. Gumby, that guy. From
we would
when
be
were
6
kids.
feet tall for sure.
Yeah, because
models are 6 feet tall, so it would be a model.
Legs, longest torso for sure. Okay, so. What were we saying? Oh, she's wearing this vest. Let me tell you about this vest. So
the best birthday gift ever.
I bought her this
3
vest.
years ago.
Was it 3 years ago?
3 years ago.
Okay, 3 years ago.
It was just as of late I ruined it.
It is a Cotopaxi,
which is my favorite brand. It's a Utah, Salt Lake City company.
Both of us big fans, love their stuff. I like it because it's bright and it's colorful.
And they do good.
And their slogan is do good. And I have this. I have like a hat that says do good on it. Like
probably Mormons too. Everybody in Salt Lake City
whatever.
is. I have to tell you about my salt cream.
Float your boat. Like whatever. So she has worn this vest pretty much every day. Rain, shine.
So I've stopped
degrees,
because she made fun of me for wearing it too much.
Doesn't matter the weather. She wears the vest, which
I love
is quite
the vest.
the compliment to a gift giver, right? Like you should be really, really grateful that someone appreciates your gift so much that they want to wear it that often. But like you have to wash it occasionally. Like this is gross. So
I do.
I don't believe you.
Today I found $27 in it.
Still not that.
I gave it to my husband.
No.
No.
I found a $10 bill on my walk yesterday.
Well, that's nice.
In a puddle.
You got paid to walk.
Would you have picked that up?
I would have.
I did.
$10? Are you kidding me? I
it was
probably would have picked up $1.
I would have too. I would have picked up $1. But it was literally floating in a puddle, and I picked it up.
I hope a dog didn't pee in it.
It may have. So is what I did. It was on my street, so I held it like out while I walked, and then when I got to my mailbox, I put it in my mailbox so that I could finish my walk. And then when I was done, it was dry. But so anyways, today I'm like, oh, you have a little something on your vest here. And she proceeds to tell me that basically nearly 3 months ago, she burned it, the vest. She burned this vest that is her
I was cooking dinner.
Prized possession. Well, because I wasn't. That's why I'll never burn my
I was
clothes.
cooking dinner on the Blackstone outside. And apparently I must have gotten too close and it just melted, which now every time I touch it, feathers come out.
Yeah, right there. That's the spot.
I'll have to get some tape.
So that is that. But I will say Cotopaxi is a great brand because for as often as she has worn this thing, she has gotten her money's worth.
Oh my gosh, I get the stains out of it. Like, I mean, it is amazing. It is such good quality.
I bought Olivia a really great mid-layer fleece for Christmas this year of their stuff. I will tell you, speaking of quality, I normally would not ever do this, but Tom and I just had the worst experience with a very expensive brand.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna for all of our 4 listeners, I'm going to out this. I'm really angry about it.
You tell them.
So there is this golf brand. My husband is a big time. He's not a big time golfer. He really enjoys golf and he
thinks he's a big time golfer.
Yeah, he is. He golfs a lot.
He loves it.
He does. He's very passionate.
When he hits the ball, he pretends it's Danna's head.
There might be situations like that. When Tom gets into a hobby, he really
he obsesses.
He doesn't know how to do anything in moderation.
He told me the other day that his next hobby might be jujitsu. What is it? Jujitsu. I can't say it.
What?
Jujitsu. What? I can't say it.
You're lying.
Say it for me, Tom.
Jujitsu.
jujitsu.
Yeah, it's jujitsu. Why?
Jujitsu.
No, the answer is no. You're not allowed to do that.
I said he should be an
So
ultimate
he's
fighter.
not. No, this is dumb. So, anyways, as long as I've known Tom, he becomes obsessive with things. So, like, he used to ride motorcycles. He was obsessive about that. Then
He'd obsess about you, but you don't let him.
I'm good. But like when he likes something, like he has an addictive
Running.
personality.
He ran.
He became obsessive.
Lifting.
He couldn't just do running.
He lifts.
Right. He's crazy. So golf is his obsession. So anyways, he buys my brother
Shoes.
Shoes is an obsession. That's another thing we can talk about. But anyways, my brother is also a big golfer. So they golf a lot together. And my brother had this brand that he really liked. It's called Robeck, RHOBECK. And it's a golf apparel. They are incredibly expensive. Like one hoodie that he got was like $129 or something like that, which I know like a lot of clothes cost that now. That's just unfortunately like what good quality things cost.
If it wears well.
And that's how Tom and I feel. Like we both have no problem. I buy from Amazon and like he buys Lululemon for himself. But like overall, we have the same opinion on that.
You like nice things too.
We both like nice things, and I have no problem spending money on them if they're good quality.
I agree.
So he wanted this shirt. I was like, yeah, dude, buy it, whatever. So he gets this shirt. I know exactly when he bought it because it was kind of a joke. He had put it. We were flying to St. Thomas right after Thanksgiving, and he was shopping online, and he put it in his cart, and then he had a few too many drinks later.
And
he
ordered his cart.
He
like you
out.
With dogs and deodorant.
Also,
and,
yes,
yeah.
So
she tends to buy things when you've had a few
too many. So he purchased a whole bunch of clothes.
A dog. You also bought a dog.
I did purchase a dog once drunk, but that's okay. That's a story for another time. So, anyways, this shirt comes. It would have been like the first week of December that it came. So we are in currently the last week of February. About a month ago, I'll say the first week of February. So that gives the shirt a 2-year time frame or 2-month time frame. Mm-hmm. I noticed that it's pilling incredibly bad. Now, for those of you that may be newer listeners, I used to own my own little business where I sold LuLaRoe, and I'm very familiar with different fabrics and how they wear.
She's also very good at getting stains out.
I am very good at getting, and I think it's because I'm really good at fabrics, like and understanding fabrics, and no fabric like it's even like rayon and cotton and polyester mix, which will give you the softest blend, which is what this is, should not pill like this after this short of period of time. So I'm like, babe, I don't think that should have worn like that. Like we washed it a few times for sure, but like even after a few washes, no way. So he contacts them and they're like, sorry, that's normal wear and tear. And he's like, well, no, it's actually like not normal wear and tear. Like for these types of like, and so because my husband can't stand up for himself, I had to write the email and then he forwarded it to him and then he copied and pasted the email to Robeck. Yeah.
Tom, can you stand up for yourself?
So
he stands up against you.
He does. He does to me, no problem. Everyone else, he's like a pushover.
He's not listening.
So I send this email, forward it to him about like, no, this is not how like a fabric should wear, yada, yada, yada. They were so rude. They were like, nope, sorry, we'll give you 20% off your next purchase. I don't want another purchase from you. Like this is
I'm not going to buy anything else. I've had a bad experience.
So bottom line is he ended up complaining yet again. And they ended up refunding us for the shirt, which is great. I appreciate that. So I will give them credit because they refunded us the money. However, what I would have liked them to do is I wanted them to actually replace the shirt. He really liked this shirt.
It would have made you like the brand even better.
Right. And we would have now continued. Like they just lost a customer, which I realize like these big companies don't really care if they lose one customer.
Patterson Fruit Farm cares if we lose one customer.
Exactly. And so my thought process is if it would have actually probably cost them less wholesale to replace the shirt than it would have cost them to refund us the $100 or however much it was exactly. But so instead they refunded us. We got our money back, which is great, but I will never shop with them again. Like I'll never purchase anything else because of that. But if they would have sent us another shirt, I would have been like, this is great. Now they do run the risk then of the shirt doing the same thing. And then I wouldn't have been their customer anyways, but it would have cost them less.
Maybe they knew it would.
Still would have
Maybe
cost
they knew
them
it was
less.
a bad product.
I'm just saying the wholesale value of that shirt would have cost them less than refunding me the retail value. I was really angry.
I knew you were.
I'm really peeved about this. I was really angry this week about it. That's all I have. I have nothing else.
But
I bought a dog drunk once.
Haven't we told that story?
I'm sure we had to have told that story before.
That was Millie, the first one.
No.
Oh, that was Ozzy, the
Millie
second
I bought
one.
sober. Ozzy I bought drunk.
Now, my mother is listening.
Jane, I accidentally, your daughter and I drank. This happened. Your daughter. And I had too much to drink on a ski trip a couple years ago.
And I told you not to buy the dog.
Everyone told me not to buy the dog. And I Venmo'd that lady right away. I Venmo'd her that down payment, $300. Bam, like it was nothing. And I had immediate regret the next morning. I mean, Tom and I, for 6 weeks until we were able to get that dog, literally panicked. It was
Tom loves that dog.
He's the best dog ever, but it was the worst 6 weeks of my life while we panicked waiting for this dog, thinking it was the biggest mistake.
As he stands here and he's like 95 pounds
90
and he
pounds.
probably eats about 10 cups a day
Yeah, he's
and he
costing
thinks
me-
he's a 5-pound dog.
When Tom and he was trying to tell me that we need to reel it in, and I told him, we've made decisions in our life that we can't reel in, like the dogs. I literally told him that. I said, we can't afford their food.
Not their food. You can afford their food.
They're so expensive.
It's their medical
Look,
care.
He knows we're talking about him.
He turned and left.
Wait, I can't even be mad at their medical care because Millie had surgery this year, and we got...
Well, you got pet insurance.
We got pet
thank
insurance.
Heavens.
Do you know that we pay $120 a month in pet insurance? I'm not even joking.
I mean,
But so this year...
Bill couldn't be married to you.
Well, we would be poor.
You'd be broke.
Bill spends money like I spend money. Although he picks and chooses what he spends money
On
on.
very weird things.
Weird things. Like he'll spend money on something and I'm like, oh, that was dumb.
You want to get an ice cream truck for the end of school?
We totally
it's
should
gonna
do
cost
that.
$10,000. Sure, let's
do
get
it.
5.
The car needs clean. Nope.
All I
Nope.
wanted to do was get my car detailed on the inside.
Nope. We don't need to spend the money. Nope.
Excuse me?
Nope. We have to save our money for an ice cream truck. She's actually like not exaggerating that.
But now this is what happens. Now he turned it around. He's like, I never said you couldn't get it vacuumed
Didn't you hear my
or detailed.
Okay, so Tom was yelling at me.
So now let me get it done and I just don't have time.
Well, and it's like a principle thing. Like, so the other day, Tom told me I really need to reel it in, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. So Kristin finds out about this product that I'm interested in, and it's like $100. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to hold off right now. I don't need Tom yelling at me about $100.
very responsible.
Like, I'm going to be responsible. I don't need this. So that night, we're discussing it with Tom, and I'm like, babe, would you have been mad at me? And he was like, in front of people, he's like, no. I wouldn't have cared. I wouldn't have cared at all. I call BS on that.
Anything, actually, what he said was,
Anything
like
under $100
or under, it's okay.
So Kristin reminded me today that I can purchase whatever I want for $100.
I was just mainly joking because I don't think that's true.
She wasn't joking.
But she
told me.
technically could based on what you said that night.
Right. So like I could buy like 7 things for $90 each and not get in trouble.
Oh, well, based on what he said, but I think you'd still get.
But he said that.
You get the reel it in talk.
I would. But sometimes the real in talk is worth it depending on what I purchased.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
We're a mess today.
I
you
can't
guys.
even.
I'm sorry. I'm all over the place today. What else?
I feel like you're in a better mood from when we started this podcast.
I had 2 glasses of wine and I've been drinking along the way.
So as we start to wrap up this podcast, next week is a big deal.
It's huge. Do you want to tell them what it is?
What do I know what it is? I'm just kidding. I just said it is. It's our 100th podcast.
And don't worry, it is actually our 100th because
We got I messed up a little bit.
We were really confused and thought maybe we had already accidentally missed it.
And then I thought I was off, which I kind of was.
So we went back and counted every single one. And today is the 99th podcast and next week is the 100th.
Yeah.
So like if you guys have suggestions on what we need to talk
Send
about,
them in.
send them in because
We've had several people request a longer cast.
which days like this,
would be hard. What would we talk about for 10 more minutes?
But I think if we were like responsible adults and planned something out, I mean, this is proof that we don't plan anything.
This is all natural.
This is what you get.
Even her chest.
Oh my God. I don't have fake boobs.
We gotta go.
Oh my God. All right. We'll see you guys next week. If you have suggestions.
Tom suggested a lift kit and not on
did.
his truck.
He did. He told me. He said there's nothing wrong with the lift kit. I mean,
Until next time, friends.
have a great week.
We're mismatched.